Yeah, I guess I am back again to some extent. You know, I've been overthinking this whole thing that we're doing here. This community that we're trying to build here. I've been overthinking it and trying to make it too perfect. And in that pursuit, I got away from what it was actually about. Being as bare and as honest as you possibly can be, you know? And that's caused me to struggle to put out pieces of content that I have and would love to share with you all. But now I thought, look, what's the most bare thing that two people can possibly do, right? It's just sitting here and just having a conversation. Literally, just you and me sitting here and talking. It's that simple. So I thought I'd go back to that. I might not be able to be in the same room with people physically anymore, right? Not as much as I used to be able to, but at least we can do this, right? I wanted to give this space to. I want the space to be less about me on this side of the screen sharing ideas and telling you what you should think and how you should feel and all that, and more about just being here to listen to whatever you have to say. That's what I want this space to be. It's live, it's raw, and we can talk about absolutely anything here. We don't have any sponsors that we would like to please or be in alignment with. Our only sponsors are you and your opinions and your being, really. So let's build this community that way as honest human beings who have different ways of seeing the world and different ways of experiencing the world. That's that's an important and key thing for me. Is that despite the fact that we might not agree on everything, let's at least experience each other. That's the most exciting part of being human. The fact that we get to experience other human beings from perspectives that are only true to them. So, yeah, here's this space. Gonna share what's on my mind today. You know, a lot's changed in my own life. I don't know how you've been handling this year, but for me, it's been a lot of change. It's been quite a lot of change, actually, more than I might even be able to handle, really, because I might have even been crushed by a lot of this change, and it's changing me. It's changing how I view the world, how I view responsibility, how I interact with the world, how I interact with other people, even. All of that has had to change. And it's been an interesting process for me, a difficult process, a jarring process. It's taken so much out of me, and with the other hand, given so much to me. I have a tendency of overstretching, and I never really saw it as such. And I've been depleting myself in trying to give of my time, of my attention, of my know-how. I've been depleting my resources, just trying to be, the best person that I possibly can be. I'm trying to be the most honest I can possibly be, and trying to help other people along wherever I can and all of that. Um, and my attention, the amount of it that I have, or that I thought I had, that idea has been challenged strongly. I thought I could pay to everything. I could pay attention to everything and everyone uh, equally, and not have other people feel underserved, and not have other people feel neglected, and not have other people feeling like I've distanced myself from them and anything like that. And in an attempt to try and please everyone, I have found myself in a situation where I'm more and more distant from everyone, because the time that it's taking me to recover from these sprints of giving, the time that it's taking me to recover has increased, because the responsibility as well has increased. I saw an Instagram post recently that said something along the lines that if you do not determine how much responsibility or how much you're willing to take on, then the world will determine that for you. And that it really struck a chord with me. I'll be honest, it struck quite the chord with me, because that's where I feel like I have been. Because the more I try to sort my my the parts of my life that have historically been messy, the more that I put them together, the more that I jump into that chaos and try and bring some order into it, the more chaos that other people bring to me. And I know that this isn't out of malice or anything like that. It's, look at me, I'm growing. I'm actually growing. I'm sorry, like random thought. Um, I know that it's not out of malice, but it is out of seeing that I am in a position where I can handle a lot more. And because it's seeming more and more like I can handle a lot more is being required of me. Look at this. Like Christ's own words manifesting themselves so beautifully in my life. It's like, to whom much is given, much is required. You know? Those words are ringing more and more in my mind lately. Mm. And that's what it is, isn't it? Mm. It's a receiving of my. I've received much. Like this past year, literally this past 12 months, I have received much. And the much isn't even in like physical things. I've received much in like in ideas, in emotional growth, in healing of like my some of my insecurities, some of my I don't know, like there's just been a lot of receiving, um, lots and lots of receiving, opportunities, like so much receiving. And I am grateful for every single bit of it. And I guess the the much that is required is the part that's slightly crushing me. And it's not like overwhelmingly I'm gonna die crushing me. It's like I feel like I have no more space to grow. I feel like I have no more space to grow, because um, I'm taking all the resources that I should be using to grow. And uh, I'm trying, it seems to me at least, like I'm trying to be who I never had around me. Sometimes to the extent of forcing it down the throats of people who don't want it right now, or who don't need it right now, or who are not in that space or season. And I guess I tend to look into people's potential and who they could be and all that, and um, tend to forget also that it's a journey for them as well. It's a journey. It's a long journey, but it's a journey. And they might not be where they should be yet, but they're getting there. And I try to strong arm them into being the best version of them that they can be today. And failed to recognize that I wasn't the best version of myself. I'm still not the very best version of myself today. But look, I feel this one stretching out a little too long. So those are my thoughts, and I I really really would love to be here late night, late as it is at night, be here with you and just let's talk. Let's be humans again. It's not gonna be 1994 the way that we talk. I mean, we're talking through a magic screen, but let's 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 harness that again. The power of conversation to help us grow, to help us evolve as a species, to help us disagree, help us find out whether we agree. All of these things. Let's harness that power again as a species, one person at a time. That person is you, by the way, if you didn't notice. Maybe you and I, each and every one of us, should bear our cross, and that's the key idea that I'm trying to develop this around, is that you, I, we are responsible, right? Even though our contribution to whatever social ills plague our societies might not be as big as um, like corporate and like politics and all of that, you and I still have a part that we play in perpetuating these issues by not speaking about them, by not addressing them, by not challenging each other on them. You and I are perpetuating these issues, and this is the core idea that I want to build this community on. It's on this idea of bearing your own cross, playing your part in bringing and being the change that you want to see in the world, that I want to see in the world, that we want to see in the world, right? But it all starts with you and me taking on our responsibility and carrying it through, difficult, heavy, challenging as it might be. Still taking it and carrying it, struggling with it, and just pushing towards the mark. It's getting a little preachy now, isn't it? There's a sign that maybe I should go to sleep now. This is my good night now. I hope you guys all stay well. This is the first live stream that I've done here, and it's pretty empty, but no matter. I hope you see this in the morning or any time like that. I'm looking to do these from 11 to midnight, late night, for all my late night owls. All right, good night then.